once again YouTube. So welcome to another video. We're fitting the auto tunnel into the Escort today, and it goes okay. It's nice fit. I built my own tunnel for the pop and I fitted the RX-8 box in that, but I wanted to fit an auto tunnel into this because I want to put carpets in the car, and no carpet set is available for the auto car. So happy days, this is available. Cheap enough, it's about 100 quid to buy it, so it's with the cost of material and the fabricating of it, and it's the right size to suit, so perfect for what we want to do. So you see how we go about cutting out the old one and fitting this one, and happy days. Hope you enjoy the video.
Let's crack on with it then. So I've actually spent some actual money on a panel. Now I do have hiding up in there somewhere, if you can make that out, but that's a jig I made up when I built the pop to make gearbox tunnels. I did think about using that, but I want to put a carpet in this car, so I went for the auto box tunnel because you can get a carpet for it. So that's our challenge. Make that, replace that. Now of course I've got to cut out that rod I put across there, but that's done its job now. That was to keep the lengths while the floor was out. The floor is now in and secure and happy, so that's all now strong enough to look after itself. What I am surprised at, and it's not an issue because it's probably going to be a benefit, is how big that is. That's, oh, I got reasonable sized hands, and that's a full hand span across there compared to the existing tunnel. So that's a good almost 3 inches, 2.5 inches wider, which is of course what we want. And thank you for your positive comments on the jig. I quite enjoy building that. It's already proving very useful. I've done some minor work under the car, little jobs that don't really merit a video for, sort of finishing off stuff that I've been waiting for the jig to get to. And as a bonus, I've painted it some nice spangly orange colour, so, and even the jig. So it's come out really nice. It looks quite shop bought. Quite pleased with that. Right, okay, stop being distracted. Let's crack on with the fitting this gearbox tunnel. Okay, removing one door has upset the jig. I now have to, well, prop that up and remove the other door. Pull the doors off. It would just be easier to work on it and get things sorted. Now balance has been restored. Let's remove that support structure. It's always encouraging when you remove these support structures that they don't fly off in a funny direction. They just come off easily. That means that nothing has moved very much. A very tiny little bit of a movement in it, but nothing significant. So that's good news. Now let's drop this into place and see what it looks like. Lovely. Oh yeah, that's good news. I did wonder whether I'd jump the gun fitting my seat boxes first, but this will fit forward of those. So what I think I'll do is make a Sharpie line around that, and then cut well within that and see what we end up with. Right, I think that cut line is probably not going to be too far off. There's a structure there that will be staying as well, so that's good news. But I think that's going to have to come down quite a lot. Come down and go in. I'm sure I don't want yet. But let's start cutting out and see what we end up with. Right, that's made short work of getting that out of there. That plasma cutter is brilliant. I keep saying it. Right, I think I'll trim around that tight around there. Then we'll try it back in place and go for another Sharpie line. While using a plasma cutter, wear something to protect your lungs. I probably should wear something better than this, but this is better than nothing. This is an FP3 mask, but I probably should wear something even better. Now you'll notice there's a pilot arc on this. So I jerry rigged it. I'll show you what I've done. Right, this is just a straightforward cheap and cheerful cut 50. It's not a pilot arc machine, but I've put a pilot arc gun on it, and if you jerry rig that, which would normally, I'll show you on a pilot arc. So this is a pilot arc machine. There's a place for a pilot arc to go to, and that's where this goes. If you just earth it, then you get a jerry rig pilot arc. So that's cut a rather large hole in our what was a very nice floor pan and bulkhead, and quite a considerable amount of it is now attached to this. But hey ho, we don't want that bit, we want that bit. Let's see how it fits now. It definitely comes in tighter. That should fit underneath there. Yeah, more likely to get the pedals, some of the clutch to sit now. I think I'll get the pedal box and just put it in place to see what it looks like. Right, well it's a pedal box, not the one that's going there, because I've got a bias box to go there, but this will. What space we got? Oh yeah, lovely, nice, brilliant. Right, what I think I'll do now is start getting a couple of Tech screws in here to hold this nice down and tight where it naturally wants to sit, and then get another scribe line around it. Yeah, it seems to want to come lower again there, doesn't it? It's sitting on the floor there. Maybe we should have to slip that and bring it up to it to mess about with it. Let's see how it goes. See how we go. Right, well, I think that's kind of where it's got to go. It's not a million miles off where the first line was. As it happens, it's pulling a little bit here, but on the other side, you can see it's nice gap between there and the swage line. And around this side, oops, sorry, similar sort of gaps to swage line, but you can see how much more it's pulled in on this side now that it can settle down in a little bit better. So we're looking not too shabby. I think I'll get it up on its side now and have a look see what it looks like from underneath. Now that we can. And you really get a feel of how much bigger this tunnel is. Let's look at the gap down in there. That's all that got to come off. So I don't know, go cutting away too drastically at it. But that's quite a significant amount. We'll definitely get a nice big gearbox in there, that's for sure. Right, now we're back this way up. Let's draw around it and cut out the rest. What I'll do now is get something which is about 1/2 inch and take that back home. I might even go for 1 inch and perhaps fold it up into the, start off with 1 inch. Let's not get too carried away in the first cut. Right, so that's where we're at. So it's a slightly rough cut on the edge, but I'm not too worried about that because we can get a disc on that just to tidy that up. That will offer the tunnel back in place now and see what we got. What we do have is an enormous hole. Right, so the motto is here, attack it with a grinder and it'll make sense. So I've got the wire brush attachment, and now we can see we're at the top of the old box tunnel. Swap welds into the floor pan there, which I knew it did that, but for some reason did a very good job of forgetting about it. So I'm going to drill out these spots now, remove that, and that'll allow that to sit more snugly under there. Right, so we tidied up the edge around there with a flat disc. Nothing too exciting. Got that removed off of there now, so that'll be interesting to see how better this fits on into place now. Right, let's try it back in place and see what we got. That's fitting a lot nicer around the gearbox tunnel now. And nicer room for that end as well, as it happens. Yes, we can do something with that. We've got nice edge here now that we can work with. Can bring that back in now to suit the new tunnel. So don't worry about cutting this anymore now. I'll just dolly this now to suit the tunnel. Right, after much shuffling about and fiddling, I think we're where we want to be. So I'll put a new mark around that now, so we know where to put it back to, and punch out me plug weld holes. Got my holes all cut out now for me plug welds, punched out with a plug weld punch. Work in a treat, so I'll slam that back in the hole and start plug welding it into place. We are back in place. Tech screws every sort of 2 or 3 plug weld holes to hold it all in place. The only area I can see which is a little bit dodgy is there. That's no problem, I can slip that along there and bring that in nicer. That side's not too bad. but we can do something with that. That's not the end of the world. The rest of it fits quite nicely. So time to start plugging away. And underneath, not too shabby either. A couple places could be a little bit tight to fit. But what I think I'm going to do, rather than cutting this back any further, because I am concerned that rubbish is going to get caught up and behind all of this. So I'll probably seam weld this fully on this side, plug it on the inside for aesthetics, but on this side I think I'll fully weld it just to be neater and tidier. It'll be stronger as well, but I'm more concerned about sealing it off more so than anything. Welding's gone on, done that. So next bit I'm going to attack is this bit here, which isn't lining up. This side's nice, this side's got a bit of a gap, so I'm simply going to slit it across there and bring it in and weld it up and cut it off again. Perfect. Got a spot on there now. Cut that just a little bit over there. Lovely. Right, that's that all plug welded up nicely, and that corner there sorted out quite easily. Right, so on this side my plan is to completely seam weld this so it's sealed and stronger all the way around. So on this side it'll look like just part of the floor pan, and on the other side you'll see the flange and what would be spot welds, but there'd be carpet over it nonetheless. So that's the next challenge, work my way around this and seam weld that all in place. Right, there we go. That's that all fully seam welded around there, and varying degrees of prettiness or not, but it's now one piece, so we're not going to get too much rubbish getting up behind there. Not a lot I can do about this arrangement here. That's the way Ford intended it, so I might think about how I can seal that off with seam sealer or something. Let's worry about that down the line. And there's a small repair to do there. But on the whole, that's the gearbox tunnel fitted and in place, ready for a gearbox. And there we are on this side. So you can see stitch welds along there, which have penetrated through very nicely, and we are looking tidy. Right, so that's it, all ground off and looking a little bit smarter. Now we're on the underside. You can see that we've managed to grind these welds off a bit as well, just so it tidies it up a little bit on the front here. When I come to orient it, when I come to finishing this, I might just put a little bit of filler across there just to tidy that up. Not going to see much of it because most of it will be behind the engine, whatever you need, but it would be nice if it's a bit prettier than that. But that's okay. So we've got plenty of space there now. I reckon whatever box I fit in there, either RX-8 or Mazda MX-5, we'll have plenty of space for that.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. You saw how we went ahead and fitted the automatic gearbox tunnel into the car. Since fitting it, I've been told that possibly the RX-8 box won't fit in the auto tunnel, so we'll see. I think it will do. I think it's quite a big tunnel. The tunnel I made for the pop wasn't nearly as big as that, and the auto box, the RX-8 box fitted in that just fine. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If we've got to modify it, so be it. We'll angle grind out and we'll make it fit. There's always a way. So thanks for watching. Don't forget again, please, to subscribe if you don't already. It does make a big difference to the channel, and how good old YouTube will send it out to you guys. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.